Yo, what up everybody, it's your boy Caskin here, back at it again with another video, and I'm here with my boy Queso,
Whoop, 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 whoop. Good to be with you all.
and I think I have figured out the final Evos for the starters for Pokemon ZA. How's
Months in
everybody
advance.
doing today?
Yes, this is your prediction, right, King?
These are my predictions. I'm putting them to paper or MS Paint just in case I am right. And people will go, he was right!
A prophet, and then they will follow and
Now, I
worship you,
will say
King.
two of these aren't exactly my theories. I heard them somewhere else, but they seem very plausible. The third one is my theory completely.
Awesome. I think as long as you cite where you heard it, you'll be good.
Where did I... Okay, hold on. Let me pull up the video where I heard this. I want to make sure I credit them.
Awesome. Wow. Can't believe you're
Okay,
gonna
so
get.
I heard this from Koopa Fee.
Shout out to Koopa Feet.
I found their video on the regional forums. I thought it was very interesting. Though they predicted that Feraligatr would be water poison.
Interesting. So it's
And
gonna be.
Imbor would be Fire Dark, which I disagree with.
All right. Well, let's get into your picks, King.
Alright, well, first off, I'm going to start with Meganium because I'm super biased and it's my favorite Pokemon.
Let's go.
I think it's going to be Grass Fairy, and hear me out. It's
Yeah.
going to be. It can learn a new Fairy type. It can learn a Fairy type move now. Alluring Voice. I know a lot of Pokemon can learn Alluring Voice that aren't Fairy type, but I think this is a big clue to what's going to happen, and it's going to be based off the French national flower.
And that French national flower is the color.
Yes, it's purple and yellow. It's also on the French flag, but for some reason they color them completely yellow. As if you look at Meganium's flower, it already has the little bit of yellow at the end of the petals,
That's
and
right.
I feel like they could totally do that.
I agree. Now, tell the viewers why you think it's going to be France oriented.
It's gonna be what?
France oriented? Like, why France?
Because Kalos is Pokemon's France.
Hmm? That would make sense.
And we've only got three other grass fairy types, and one of them's a legendary.
So does it be does your prediction change any of the types for the other Pokemon? Like, does it force them to make any other edits or no?
Yeah, because it's gotta fit a triangle. It's always a triangle with the starter. Well, it's most of the time. 90% of the time it's a triangle. They didn't do it in Gen 1 because Gen 1 they were just starting out.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And Gen 3 was kind of a fluke too because Sceptile didn't have a second typing. But they've been doing this for years now. This has become the norm.
I agree, and I think the only way that I would see that changing is in Gen 10.
So I can see the flower petals changing. I could see the antennas maybe becoming slightly longer. Because the other regional forms, they usually keep the same shape of the Pokemon.
Yeah, I think that's. I mean, I think that's like your safest prediction.
I think so.
Yeah, and I agree.
Now we're gonna go for Feraligatr. Everyone's like favorite pick all of a sudden.
Trendy.
It's very trendy. Every poll I see, it's like, oh yeah, we're picking Totodile. No one gives a shit about Meganium and Imbor.
Okay,
Now, in the
let's
original
dive
video
in.
I saw, Feraligatr was going to be water poison. I disagree. But I agree with the background story to it. In the 80s, there was a crocodile, a very large crocodile, found in the French sewers. And it was just recently died at the zoo. They took it to a zoo. And it just recently died. And we only have three other water fighting types. One of them's a legendary, the other one's a starter. We did get 2 fire ghosts in a row, so we could get 2 water fighting in a row.
In a row. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's possible.
Okay. Wait, but you say possible, but not how likely. Like a lot of things are possible, but is it likely?
I don't know the odds.
Okay, that's fair.
Casket needs a drink.
Oh man, don't you know that Casket's filming a video right now?
That's my wee little man.
He wants to make a little
He is a
cameo.
barky boy.
Yes.
Alright, so now we're gonna go to everyone's favorite punching bag, Embor. Nobody likes.
Yes.
They said it would be Fire Dark. I'm saying it's gonna be Fire Steel.
Yeah, and this is where I think you and I differ, but I do like your explanation, so give it
Alright,
a...
so I have 2 explanations. In the original video I saw, they talked about a pig that was tried for murder in like the 1600s and found guilty and put to death and burned at the stake. That would be the fire typing for Embor. But I think it's gonna be, instead of having that design on its chest, it's gonna become like a grate and it's gonna become an oven. Because I've read, I don't know if this is racist or not. I'm not trying to be. Let me put that out there. But apparently the French really like pork. Also, in the olden days, the poorer French people couldn't afford wax candles, so they had to use pork fat to make their candles. So that might also have something to do with it.
Interesting. If they really dive into the French aspect of it, I wonder what it will be like to play the game in France.
And we've only got one fire steel type, which is a semi-legendary. Yeah? So we definitely need another fire steel type.
Yeah. I wonder what moves would come out of a Fire Steel combo Casket.
I don't know. I know they're all gonna get signature moves. The other starters that got regional forms all got signature moves.
Okay.
They also got new hidden abilities, so I don't know what their hidden abilities are gonna be. Some of the hidden abilities for the starters were lackluster, like Hisuian Typhlosion got not pickup, but frisk, which it's all right. Could have been better.
Yeah, hopefully it's not disappointing. I have faith.
But yeah, this is my working theory.
Okay. I wonder if you'll have another video in the future when they release more information that would maybe change your mind, or if it'll even like solidify it even more, you know?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I will
Maybe.
say I don't think they're gonna get megas with regional forms. That's 2 new designs. I don't think they're gonna do that.
I agree. I think if they were to do that, they would save it for Gen 10.
Gen 10 is gonna be interesting. That's all I'll
You know,
say.
I feel like anything is on the table for Gen 10, you know?
Literally anything.
Yeah. Which is both exciting and as someone who's trying to get back into Pokemon, it also makes me a little nervous. But excited.
Dude, if you want to get back into Pokemon, I completely recommend Pokemon Legends Arceus. And they did do the remake of Gen 4 on the Switch.
God, can't wait. And you're creating Mudkip, right?
Yes, I am breeding my friend here, a Mudkip.
Wow. For the viewers, Mudkip was my first Pokemon ever, so it has a lot of sentimental, nostalgic, inner child vibes, which is awesome. All right, so we've locked your predictions in place, and before we move on, do you have any changes to make, or are you set with these predictions?
I'm pretty set. Like I really mulled this over today, and I'm like, oh, I've been mulling it over since the trailer, and I couldn't quite pinpoint for alligator. I thought there are several types it could be. Hold on, let me pull up my other chart. I've been theorizing this since Pokemon Day.
Hmm. Yeah, tell viewers how many times you watched the trailer.
Oh, I've probably watched that trailer 100 times. Probably cried a dozen.
Um, I understand.
Okay, so in my older prediction, I predicted that Meganium would be Grass Fairy or Grass Psychic.
Okay.
I don't think it's going to be Grass Psychic or. See, if it becomes Grass Fairy, it's going to be real weak to poison. So I'm hoping it still learns Zen Headbutt to kind of balance that out.
Yeah, most people will take advantage of it.
Yeah. I could have seen both for Alligator and Meganium going Dragon, possibly.
Oh, yes, we talked about that.
And I had 4 types picked out for Alligator. I had Poison on there, which the other person's video I saw was like, yeah, it's going to be Poison. There's also Dark. I could have seen it going Dark, and I could have seen it going Steel along with Fighting. But not the Fighting one is the only one that makes sense because it's the only thing that completes the triangle with Steel. Dark and Poison, like Fairy is good against Dark, but there's not, and Dark is good against Ghost and Psychic, but Ghost and Psychic have no effect on Fairies, so that doesn't make a triangle.
Hmm. Do you think the other predictions you've seen online are not taking that into account, the triangle?
I don't know. Like I know it's not like a super rule that they have to go by the triangle, but they've been doing it for like the last 5 generations or something.
Yeah, so at this point, it's almost like a given.
I would be surprised if there wasn't a triangle.
Okay, and then to add to that, what are the craziest or wackiest type combos you've seen predicted from other people?
I saw Imbor being fired dark, but then Fairy is good against dark, so then Meganium would have an advantage over Fralgator and Imbor.
Hmm. Well, that's the thing is when the more Pokemon you have, the more like calculus you have to do in your head about the interactions. That's wild. Okay.
What I find interesting is Fralgator and Imbor are physical attackers. Meganium's attack and special attack are the same, so it can go either way. So I don't know what it's gonna be, but its strongest grass move is like Seed Bomb, and that does 80 damage.
Hmm. It's exciting that we're gonna have an answer by the end of this year.
I figure we'll know by the end of summer.
Hmm. In the next trailer.
We're gonna get a couple of trailers. We're gonna get one probably at the end of spring. We're gonna get one in summer, maybe at the end of summer, because they when the game comes out in like November, they always say winter in the trailer. It's like, oh, winter, because November I think is part of their winter. So
Hmm.
I'm thinking either September or an October release.
That would be great. I feel like that would be several months earlier than most people are predicting.
So we've got like a 4 or 5 month wait at the most, I think, unless my math is wrong, which it could be.
You mean wait for until the next trailer, right?
No, until the release.
Oh, I think your math is a little off. I think it'd be more like 7 to 8 months.
Well, let's see, we're already in the third month.
Yeah, but the third month just started, so we can't.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
We have to count this month too.
What are your thoughts, man?
I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited because I feel like in a way we're like on the precipice of a new frontier for Pokemon with
Oh
Gen
yeah,
10.
we're about to hit the 30th anniversary.
Right? Isn't that wild? 30 years, Gen 10 next year. And I just feel like it's with the Switch 2 releasing this year as well. I feel like everything is lining up for folks who have been. It's almost like the folks who used to watch you years ago and who have found you again via the live streams and now are in like the Discord and then the YouTube chat. It's like it almost feels like it's a great opening um for people like me who grew up with Pokemon, but then for one reason or another, like, got distracted by other things or life got in the way. And now that I'm like hearing more and learning more from you, and that you have a Mudkip on the way for me, I really look forward to not only seeing if these predictions come true, but also just like diving in back into the world.
Yeah.
Because really it is a great way to escape some of the crazy stuff that goes on in reality, right?
Yeah.
I will say I differ with you on your prediction for the release date. I still think it's either going to be November or December. I hope you're right, and I hope it's earlier.
Nah, man, because on the Japanese website, when they translated it, it said fall, so it's definitely not going to be December.
Okay, cool. Okay, in that case, I could see like September or October, like you said. But yeah. Casket, when they release it in Japan, does it get released everywhere, or
Oh
do they
yeah,
have
these
different?
things get released worldwide now because of leaks.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time a Pokemon game wasn't released worldwide. Maybe Gen 2 or 3.
Yeah. No, I just can't wait to even like you know play online with you, right? If that's possible.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, you'll have to show me the ropes. Oh, and then you said Gen 4. Gen 4 remastered for the Switch, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look into that. Because I tried playing Soul Silver, but of course Soul Silver is like, the one game that has the most trouble with emulators.
Yeah.
Which is a real bummer because like you said, that game is like one of the best in the series,
If you
right?
want a good Pokemon game to emulate and you want something semi-modern, do Gen 5. That's when they have the soft reboot. They only
Gen
have
5.
Gen 5 Pokemon in black and white. So it's a little easier to learn. It's not as overwhelming.
That's cool. Why do I feel like I also played Gen 5? Let me quickly look it up. Let's see, did I play Gen 5?
So let's wrap this up, man. Do you have any predictions? Do you typings or anything?
I'm leaning towards Fire Dark, not Fire Steel, so that's.
Okay, I can see why. I can see why.
But I agree with your other two. So I'm actually in mostly alignment with what you're predicting. Do you have anything more to add, King?
No, I just, from people watching, please leave your comments down below. Tell me what you think. If you have any theories, I'd love to fucking hear them. I hope everybody watching has a great day, and we will see you in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.